Welcome to the College Investor Audio Show, where we talk about the biggest issues impacting millennial money, from student loan debt to side hustles to building wealth. We will show you how to get out of debt so that you can build real wealth for the future.
Woohoo! Taxes! Yes! Said nobody ever. Hey, procrastinators, this is the show for you. Here are the best last-minute tax tips. Welcome to the College Investor Audio Show. All right, the deadline, April 15th, is approaching pretty quickly. Unless you're in Texas, you have an extension until June 15th. There are a couple of tips that can help you save some money and time. After all, who doesn't want to save as much as legally allowable on tax bill? Come on. We're partnering with H&R Block to help us navigate the tax season this year. So if you're looking for an easy way to file online before the deadline, check out H&R Block online at thecollegeinvestor.com. Don't miss the deadline. That's the first tip. I think a good one. Although it might seem a little bit obvious, many do miss the tax deadline every single year. Might not seem like that big of a deal, but a missed deadline, could cost you hundreds of dollars in penalties. Don't do it. Don't let the chore of tax filing slip through the cracks. Make sure to complete your personal filing by April 15th. Otherwise, you might be forced to pay the IRS a penalty on top of your regular tax obligations. No, let's not do that. Contribute to your traditional or Roth IRA. Saving for retirement is a financial priority that can often be overlooked. But if you forgot to fund your IRA by the end of 2020's calendar year, it's okay. There's still time to make your contribution. I am. You have until the deadline to make your 2020 IRA contribution, so April 15th. With that, you can tuck away $6,000 into one of these accounts for retirement. Never hurts to tuck funds away into the IRA of your choice. The rule is, if you haven't started yet, now is the best time. Find tax-deductible expenses for your side hustle. So many of us have side hustles now. The ability to boost your income on your own terms is pretty attractive. But there's another benefit to building a side business too. You can take advantage of tax-deductible expenses associated with running your side hustle. Comb through your electronic receipts to find expenses that count as tax-deductible. A few might include the internet service required to run your business. Can easily overlook that expense. Your website maintenance costs, materials costs, of course, for anything you need to run the side hustle. Even deducting your mileage if you do ride sharing or if you deliver food or whatever. You might be surprised at the sheer number of tax-deductible expenses to be found in your side hustle. It's pretty awesome. Next year, keep careful records of these expenses to get the full value of these tax savings opportunities. Oh, and by the way, if your side hustle is becoming a full-time hustle, you might consider looking at getting professional help as well. H&R Block has all kinds of experts that can help you with any situation, from filing your taxes this year to getting the help you need to set yourself up for success next year. Use the funds in your flexible spending accounts. If you stash savings into a flexible spending account, then make sure you've used it all. Because, unfortunately, flexible spending accounts operate on a use-it-or-lose-it basis for the year. With that, take action to spend any money left in this account now, today. If you aren't sure when the deadline is, check with your HR department. The recent Consolidated Appropriations Act, meant to provide relief from the financial pressures of the pandemic, gave employers a little bit more leeway to provide extensions for employees to use these funds. Check out tax credit opportunities. Tax credits can help lower your overall tax liability, but if you don't claim the tax credit, then you'll miss out on it. A few to look into include Lifetime Learning Credit. This credit is worth up to $2,000 per tax return. It can be used to cover qualified expenses for eligible students. Savers Credit. Depending on your income and savings rate into qualified accounts, you could qualify for the Savers Credit. American Opportunity Tax Credit. If you're still an undergrad, you might be able to use this tax credit to lower your tax burden. Earned Income Tax Credit. If you have a low to moderate income, then you might qualify for this one too to lower your tax burden. Of course, these are just a handful of the tax credits you might qualify for. Take a minute or 2 or 20 to research tax credits for your unique situation. A quick search can help you significantly lower your tax burden. If you don't know if you qualify for any of these or some other ones, Of course, H&R Block is there to walk you through section by section just to make sure you don't miss anything you're entitled to. And if you're still not sure, they have a variety of help options, live chat, phone calls, even professional in-person assistance. Watch out for typos. This is a big one. As you scramble to the tax finish line, don't rush through some important details. A mistake on your tax form can lead to major headaches down the line. Every year, we read a ton of horror stories about people who accidentally mistype their name, address, or bank account number, or mistyped a number or in entering something. When tax software can help spot obvious errors, it can't catch some mistakes like entering the wrong bank account information. So don't rush. Make sure to file with the correct Social Security number and include all the necessary signatures. File for an extension if you need more time. All right, so filing by tax time will relieve the stressful burden of filing your taxes. But if you do need more time, then you can request it. Keep in mind that an extension doesn't delay your tax payment due date. Instead, you'll have to estimate your tax liability for the year and pay any amount due by April 15th. You'll need to file the extension request by April 15th, though. A granted extension will give you until October 15th to finalize your tax filing. If you can't come up with the funds in time to pay your taxes, by the way, you can request a payment plan from the IRS. You can work with the IRS to create a payment plan to cover your taxes within a set time frame. However, there's going to be some interest charges and fees associated with this option. Here's a bonus. Texas and Oklahoma people, you have an extension. Although this tip doesn't apply to everyone, obviously, it's important to note that if you're in Texas or Oklahoma, you received the tax deadline extension. The winter storms, my goodness, created so much disaster in those states, so the IRS is extending the deadline to June 15th. Both individuals and businesses will be able to take advantage of this extension. All right, so here's the bottom line. As we move toward tax filing and the deadlines, take advantage of all of these tips. Although these tips will kind of help guide you, help from a tax professional or tax filing service can really help to illuminate any questions you have for your particular situation. We really do recommend H&R Block Online this year. If you haven't filed yet, there's still plenty of time to do that. Just sign up for H&R Block at thecollegeinvestor.com and follow all of the prompts. It's really easy and awesome. Have a wonderful, happy tax filing season, and we'll talk to you again real soon. Again, you can find everything at thecollegeinvestor.com.